Hello everyone, this is HDJ Halloween, and today I am back with another super exciting video because Spirit Halloween has just released the Pumpkin Patch Prowler, an all-new 2018 animatronic. I know I just recently uploaded my face reveal video on this guy where I increased the brightness on an image that they flashed in the teaser. And as you can see, this is the face that we were looking at. It wasn't really a face reveal because the image I was showing was just kind of a silhouette of what it looked like. And I know I was speculating if they were going to be releasing this either today or tomorrow. I was actually hoping that they would so I could get this video out. And it turns out they have released the sneak peek today. So I don't know about you guys, but I think that this animatronic looks amazing and it's definitely on my buy list, depending on how many other incredible props that Spirit Halloween has this year. But this was an amazing first original sneak peek, because obviously we did have Michael Myers and the Chucky, but those were all licensed. This is the first original that has been released from Spirit Halloween so far this year, and I am super impressed by it. You can see the movement that it has is pretty unique and interesting. It's not the typical towering prop where it kind of just moves from side to side. It actually has sort of a twitching motion where it moves in every which way, and then its head also seems to be on a spring, kind of like a twitching banshee, I would guess, and it's just kind of flailing around along with it. So this guy is 74 by 42 inches, which means he's just over 6 feet tall. So when I say towering prop, he's not really like the other towering props that you think of, which are 7 feet or above, but he is a very large animatronic. And another thing that surprised me with that, it seems as if his hands actually light up as well. If you look in the video, you can see that there's some sort of yellow light flickering in his hands and all of his fingers on his hands. And actually in the product description, it says that he has glowing LED eyes as well as fingertips. So that to me is a really cool and unique feature, and if you watch the video as well, I noticed that it looks like his mouth is lighting up yellow a little bit, and it doesn't say that in the product description. I don't know if that's just because the LEDs from the eyes, if the light from those is reaching the mouth or not, but it does look like there's some yellow light flickering behind his teeth. So I know some of you might be a little bit disappointed about the fact that it just has constant repeating laughter instead of phrases, but for me, it doesn't really bother me because I think it really fits with his twitching, random looking motions, as well as the flickering in his face. But I know that some people were expecting and hoping for some cool, unique phrases, and we're not getting that with him. But another interesting thing about his audio that you can find in the product description is that not only does he have creepy laughter, but it says he also has crows cawing and thunder booming. So some of those sounds that you can hear on the sneak peek that might just seem like they're added in for effect are actually part of his audio. So that's another cool feature that he has. So I'm kind of a fan of the audio. It doesn't really bother me, but what I would say is my least favorite part about him is the pattern and design that they have on the cloth that makes up his entire body. I know that they were just going for some very simple and basic bark, tree, or like dead foliage, dirt-looking designs that aren't very noticeable, but for me, that's just my least favorite part because it's nothing special and it just looks kind of plain and boring. And also, just the design of his legs, how they come down and the fabric splits out. To me, that's just sort of a tacky look. It won't be super noticeable, of course, since it's, his feet will be on the ground and no one's really going to be looking at that. But definitely that pattern and the design of his legs is my least favorite part. So the green and orangish creepy cloth that they have cut up and draped over him definitely adds a nice touch and makes it a little bit better. It kind of covers up the boring pattern underneath. And I do sort of see what they were going for with the legs. I think they almost wanted to make it look like he was attached to the ground because the legs start out really thick at the bottom and get thinner once they get up to his actual body. And they also have those cuts at the very edges of the fabric on his legs that sort of look like roots to me. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they were going for, but it does make it look to me like he's attached to the ground itself. So like I said, I do see what they were going for with the legs, but what I think they could have done to make it even better and also a little bit more worth the price, which I'll get to later, is made them have pumpkin feet. So it could have had that same pattern of cloth that just comes down looking like actual pants. And they could have had the pants with the edges cut out in the triangle pattern like they always do with their sleeves and pants at the edges. And then made it have pumpkin feet made out of the same material as the face, which I'm guessing is made out of foam. I'm just kind of guessing that based off of the shape that it is and the way that it looks, but it could be hard plastic, so don't quote me on that. But if it is made out of the foam, I'm assuming is the same dense foam as the legs for Limb Ripper, then they could have feet that are made out of that exact same foam with all these nice pumpkin details, the cracks just like they have in the face, and also they could have some really awesome talon-like toenails that are made with the same color and look as the teeth, which, by the way, I love what they were going for with the teeth and the whole mouth design, because it looks like what actually happens when you carve a pumpkin. When you just shave away the skin to make some sort of design or detail, you are left with this yellow coloration of flesh on the inside of the pumpkin. You can even see, if you look at the face up close there, where they show the skin was shaved away around what would be the lips of this guy's face. And so they could have an exact same looking material and color for the toenails, looking like there's parts of the pumpkin chipped away. And to add on to that effect, I think they could have made the hands, which as of now just look like they're sort of a hard plastic, kind of trying to look like a vine material. They're just kind of a very dull, not very noticeable green. I think they could have made the hands the same material as the face. Again, had them very thick pumpkin flesh fingers with the same type of look for the nails on those as well. But I don't want to dwell on what they could have done that much. Those are just my least favorite parts about it, and places where I think they kind of missed out on a good opportunity to make this thing look like it had an entirely pumpkin material body. But my favorite part about him is obviously the incredible detail and design of the face. I think that his pumpkin head looks so realistic with the deeper oranges to accentuate the depths and crevices of the pumpkin, all of the cracks on it to make it look old and decrepit, and the way his mouth looks like it was legitimately carved away, like I was saying earlier, to expose the flesh inside of the pumpkin. Even the eyes look like they were carved out, and all the way up to the stem. I think that it just has a perfectly executed design, and it is definitely my favorite part of this prop. And one thing I haven't noted is that the eyes are a pretty unique color that I don't think we've ever seen before, but it really fits this guy. They're sort of a peachy, faded green color. I think that's kind of the way to describe them, maybe even a little bit bluish, and I do like how those eyes look for this prop. And one last thing about this prop that I thought was really, really interesting that I noticed in the prop description is that it is multi-prop remote control compatible. I don't think that Spirit Halloween as of now has a multi-prop remote control, but I'm assuming that this is going to be something new that we're going to see for 2018. And if they do have a multi-prop remote control, then I am really excited because I have been waiting for a long time for them to introduce remote control activation. So I obviously don't know exactly when or how they're going to release this, if they're going to make a video about it or not. And I'm also wondering just what it's going to look like, how many props it's going to be able to have on the multi-prop remote control, and how it's going to work with props. Are you going to have to plug something into the props? Will it work with older props? These are all questions that I'm asking myself, but I'm definitely super excited to find out. So anyways, guys, that is about all I have to say for the Pumpkin Patch Prowler. Definitely super thrilled with the first original release from Spirit Halloween, and this is my favorite release thus far. Let me know which one of these sneak peeks that have been released as of now is your guys' favorite. And like I said, he is definitely on my to-buy list. I think there's a good chance that I'm going to be purchasing him this year, so that might be a video you have to look forward to in the future. And I think he's going to fit pretty well in some themes and ideas I have for my own haunted house. A link to my Instagram will be in the description, and if you guys do really want to pre-order the Pumpkin Patch Prowler, then I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would purchase him on my Spirit Halloween affiliate link in the description of this video. It comes at no extra cost to you, and I will actually be providing a discount promo code that you guys can use on him or anything else at Spirit Halloween's website. So guys, this is probably my last upload before leaving for a week-long camp on Sunday, where I cannot bring any electronics, so I will not only not be able to upload anything, but I won't even be seeing any of the sneak peeks that are released while I'm gone. So it's always exciting to come home and see what I missed, and I will make sure to get videos out on everything that I missed as soon as possible when I come home, but I probably will not be seeing you guys for a week, so I hope you all have a great week of sneak peeks without me, and I will see you when I get back.